Hi, I'm Michelle Gunesekera. I'm the founder of Chokolaate magazine. So I started Chokolaate in the year 2006, just to commemorate the year that my son was born. And from that day onwards, I'm really, really proud to see how far it has grown. And now we have a huge team, amazing team of dedicated youth who actually work towards the same cause. And this is just simply amazing to see over the years. And this year we'll actually be celebrating 15 years. So for that, I am super, super excited.
First and foremost, thank you very much, Chokolaate magazine, for this opportunity. I'm tremendously overwhelmed to be featured among hardworking and talented women in media. Well, this happened 10 years ago when I started off at Daily Mirror. And that time, Jennifer Anandanayagam was the deputy features editor for Life. So she said, why don't you write until the production team of Daily Mirror starts organizing themselves. Since then, I have been writing, and now I'm with Daily News. So the rest is history.
Hi, I'm Dinushka Chandrasena, and I'm the editor and publisher of Travel Talk Asia and Mum and Me. It's been a long journey, almost 19 years since we launched Travel Talk, and getting into media was something that was in the family, so to say, as my mum was a journalist and in media for a long time, and it's something that really interests me, where you get to actually work with people and talk to them on different subjects. And what I really liked about it was always a case of learning. I never stopped learning, talking to people, interviewing people. I kept learning. So that's how I ended up here. So 19 years down the line, and enjoying it. Yes, we've had some really tough times in the travel and tourism industry, but so far our spirits are still high, and we keep forging forward.
Hi, I'm Shafiya Nawzer. I'm 22 years old. I am a journalist at Ceylon Today. I'm also a publicist. I recently tapped into PR. Most people know me as Sri Lanka with Shaf from my Instagram blog. I love to travel, eat, and most importantly, I love to write. In terms of how I got into the media, I always say that journalism is something that chose me. I was in university pursuing software engineering when I got a full-time job at Ceylon Today. And I took up the job 4 years down the line. There is no looking back. I love everything about my job and everything that I do. So yeah.
Hi, I'm Shareefa, and I work for the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation as a producer and a presenter. I also read news for them. So initially I started off as a relief announcer, then became a contract announcer and was promoted to a producer and a presenter board. And I also work for the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation attached to Channel I. I present a couple of music shows and I read news for them, and I also hosted a morning show on Channel I. So that's about it in terms of what I do on television and radio. But apart from that, I write for Chokolaate as well. And this has been my passion ever since I was a kid. I was always into writing poetry and all that. So I guess that kind of evolved into this now. So which I'm really grateful for. And how I got into media was actually by chance, because my mom has always been interested in radio. So she was a radio artist. She used to participate in programs at the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. And as a little kid, I used to tag along with her, and I always visited all the studios. And I used to participate in children's programs at the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. And later on, I applied and became a relief announcer at the age of 16. And from that point onwards, I have been working there. And I joined television in 2007. Like every presenter's dream is to be on TV. I wouldn't say everybody wants to be on TV. Some prefer to be backstage. But I have dreamt of being on television. I have dreamt of presenting. I've dreamt of doing music shows because I love music and I cannot live without it. And I always say music is a healer, and it's the best profession to be in because my job is to play music and to speak about music. So how I got into media was by chance, but it is because of the passion I have.
Hi, I'm Kamanthi Wickramasinghe. I am from down south, from a remote village called Moravaka, but I have been living in Colombo for the greater part of my life. I was schooling at the Royal Institute International School in Yashodha. I was interested in pursuing a career in the science field, but unfortunately I didn't have the opportunity to go abroad, so I had to pursue a degree in Sri Lanka, and I studied psychology at the ANC, American National College, and while I was doing the degree, I happened to see an advertisement in the Daily Mirror asking for a feature writer, and I just applied because I was doing some PR articles for the Rotaract Club I was in at the time. And subsequently I was asked to come for an interview, and I met the editor, and I felt it was, initially I didn't have any background in journalism, but I was asked to come and work eventually. So 7 years down the line, I'm still at the Daily Mirror writing feature articles mainly and contributing to news on and off. And it has been a really exciting journey so far.
Hello, my name is Natalie and I'm the editor of the Pulse magazine. I'm a Pulse pupil of Bishop's College and a mother of two. I love to cook. I'm a huge foodie, a little bit of a neat freak. I think that's about it for the moment. But how I got here is I do come from a background where my parents come from the same industry. My mom worked at an advertising agency and my dad was into films. So really it came from my childhood. But where I really found my passion was when I was working for design studios. And then finally, with a lot of hard work and dedication and loads of luck, this is where I am today.
I'm Marianne David. I'm the deputy editor of the Daily FT. And how I got here is thanks to a host of inspiring women and 3 men. The first of those men is Kamanthi Wickramasinghe. I walked into the Sunday Leader editorial 20 years ago for an interview with him, and he asked me to start immediately. That experience isn't unique to me. That's how he hired most of us at the Sunday Leader. The second of those men is Kamanthi Wickramasinghe, my first chief sub, and he's the man who trained me. He trained me thoroughly, and I am so thankful. The third of these men is my current editor, Mr. Kasim, who has always believed in me. All of this, together with a lot of resilience, perseverance and discipline, I think is what got me here today.
My name is Roel Raymond. I am the editor-in-chief of Pro Media. I started as a radio news presenter actually in 2007 or 8 at EFM, and then I moved to Daily Mirror for a much less pay because I felt that I wanted to be challenged a lot more. From Daily Mirror I moved to the Sunday Leader, then Ceylon Today, then several other newspapers including the Daily News, which is public or state newspaper, so I've worked with both state and private newspapers, and also radio, TV and all of those things. And in the last 10 years I think I've picked up enough experience to be here now at RO, which is a new media company staffed with a lot of young people, of whom I am one of the older people. Yeah, I have hopefully enough experience to help and mentor a whole slew of young journalists.
Hi, I'm Tina Edward Gunawardhana and I'm the features editor at Hi Magazine. How did I get here? From the very first time I saw my byline in the junior page of the Daily News, I knew I wanted to be a writer or a journalist. And almost 40 odd years later, here I am at Hi.
Hi everyone, my name is Michelle Gunesekara. I am the head of public relations at Nehemiah Consultants and also the editor of Sri Lanka's oldest lifestyle magazine, Ecitor. My journey in the media started more than 15 years ago when I joined a radio station as a part of a news team. And since then, I've been in both the print and electronic media, working for several different stations. My interest in media was more on the writing aspect of it, which was something that stemmed from school at Methodist College. But along the lines, they just asked me to go in front of a camera or go behind a mic and then do my thing as well, which I've enjoyed immensely for, like I said, the last 15 years or so.
Hi, I'm Rishini Weeraratne. I'm the head of social media at Vijay Newspapers Limited and also the editor for the Weekend Online in the Daily Mirror newspaper. So to tell you a little bit about myself, graduated from Vijay International School, moved to London, finished my undergrad in law and my master's in law, came back to Sri Lanka and started a fashion and lifestyle magazine called In Vogue. Short-lived, did that for 2 years, went on to work for an Indian film and entertainment company based out of Mumbai. Once again, short-lived, did that for 2 years and was missing Sri Lanka, so moved back here and decided to start a PR and event company called The Lifestyle Company. And in 2018, I was invited to join Vijay Newspapers and was invited to set up the social media department for the company. Initially started off by being the editor for Hi Online and managed the digital platforms for the Hi magazine, which is the website, Facebook, Instagram, and the YouTube channel. In 2018, I was invited to join Vijay Newspapers Limited. Initially took over the role of being editor for Hi Online and managed the entire digital portfolio for the Hi magazine, which included the website, YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, etc. And 6 months later, I was invited to take over the role of being the head of social media for Vijay Networks and was given 8 brands to curate content for: Daily Mirror Online, Lankadeep Online, Tamil Mirror Online, W Now Sinhala, W Now English, Times Online, etc. And from being a 2-member team in 2018, we're now a 30-member team running 52 shows across all platforms in all 3 languages weekly. And 3 weeks ago, we were also given our first print publication to curate content for, The Weekend Online, which is published every Saturday on the Daily Mirror newspaper.
Hi, my name is Dasuni Athauda and I currently work for a private media organization as a radio and TV news personality. So I got this opportunity at the age of 17 when I participated for an announcing competition, and my current boss saw the potential in me to actually work for mainstream media. So that's how I started, and it has been about 5.5 years since I started, and I was also one of the youngest news personalities in the country at that time.